In the interest of transparency and full disclosure, the perfume and brand that I will be discussing in this video is one that I have collaborative and creative involvement in. Naturally, I will be reviewing these in positive terms because part of my role was to evaluate and provide feedback on perfumes good enough to be part of MISKEO's inaugural launch. I hope you like them as much as I do. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I am going to be talking about Épices from MISKEO Parfums. This is the bottle. There we go. As you can probably guess by the name Épices, there is a big base of spices that this perfume is made up of, but not just about spices, and certainly not what you might expect from a typical spicy perfume. I will go through a couple of things. This is a 10% eau de toilette concentration, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. It contains 21 natural ingredients as well as 19 synthetic aroma chemicals, and let's see what it smells like, because I consider this to be probably the more of the four perfumes that MISKEO is releasing. This is probably the most gregarious, happy, outgoing scent in the lineup. I cannot help but feel happy when I'm wearing this. It makes me smile just to smell it. What I get in the opening, in particular, is and this always helps, is this lovely, delicious orange mandarin kind of citrus note that I get in the opening. It is blended really well with some drier spices. Before I go on, I will mention, like I have with the other perfumes, there's a few key ingredients used in this one. There's coriander seed, there is Virginia cedar, and there is also an aroma chemical called clearwood, which is described as a sort of clean kind of patchouli type note. So getting back to the opening, it's like this dry, orangey mandarin citrus note, and it's almost as if the drier spices are blended with the mandarin to create this illusion of not smelling this fresh, juicy mandarin, but like one that's almost beginning to kind of dry out a little bit, and it's almost reminiscent of those orange pomanders where you put cloves into the zest of the orange, and as they dry out, it has that type of scent. Not exactly the same, because I don't smell a lot of clove in this. What the spices I do smell are drier spices, so that could be the coriander seed, but there's definitely touches of saffron here. Saffron gives it this kind of dry, savory feel, but it doesn't get leathery like a lot of saffron perfumes can get. It's definitely there, and then what happens is that as it develops on my skin, it combines really. It's got a really nice combination of dry, warmer spices and blended with sort of cooler, creamier spices. I certainly pick up cardamom in here as well, and there is this just a hint in the background of this lovely almost green woody note. I mean, that could be the Virginia cedar doing that, and it could be a combination of the cedar and the other spices in combination. But so it's got a really lovely development from this nice, bright, warm, happy orange citrus note, diving into these drier spices, and then it eventually gets a little bit cooler and woodier, and just a hint of green, and it's just so smooth. That usually, if you have a perfume with particularly a lot of kind of hot spices, it can have this sort of scratchy texture when you're wearing it. That's the best way I can describe it. Whereas this is smooth, and maybe it is helped by because I find Virginia cedar a really lovely dry, smooth, woody note that kind of sort of, I guess, balances everything out here. The reason I love wearing this is that I cannot help but associate it with a happy point in time, or just a nice. I'll tell you what I like, and what I think about a lot when I smell it is those late warm summer days, and it's getting to a part where there's a lot more shade around because the sun is a bit lower, but you get dappled light on your skin, so you still get a little bit of the warmth that's coming through the branches of a tree, for instance, but you still get shade as well. And it's that kind of lovely cool shade, warm sun combination that just like seamlessly like lives on your skin. And that's such a lovely feeling, especially, when you're in the middle of winter and you spray this on, and it just instantly gives you that feel, that vibe. I almost lost my train of thought then thinking about that. Yeah, so I can't help but feel that this perfume, anytime I spray it on, is like an immediate mood lifter to me. And what I will say about Épices is that of the 4 perfumes that MISKEO is releasing, I would, in my opinion, would say that this is probably going to be the more broadly popular one. And by that I mean that I think more people will like this perfume than they will like the other perfumes. So some people will love the other perfumes in the line, but I think that there'll be a lot more people that would like this perfume, because honestly, I'm not sure how anyone could not like it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but it's a real mood lifter. It's a real puts a smile on your face when you wear it. Makes you think of happy things. Also great in the warmer weather. Like, even though traditionally a perfume like this would be nice in particularly the autumn and the winter, I wore this a few days in the heat when I was in Berlin, and it was very warm, and it just blooms on your skin. And I think a lot of spicy perfumes have that tendency to work really well in warm weather. Anyway, that is my thoughts and words about Épices by MISKEO Parfums, and I hope to see you for another video soon. Thank you.